Hello, sweetheart. This is Nicole from the Loved and Listened To channel, back again for another edition of Mental Health Mondays, the series where I give you some short advice on how to deal with some mental health issue. So today I thought that we would just vibe, let's just talk about what's going on this week. You can leave some comments down below. You know that I am going to reply and interact with you, but I just want to chat with you today about the upcoming week, kind of see how you're doing, check in with you, and I'll just be transparent in this video and tell you what's going on with me. And I also have some cards. I'm going to pull a card to give us all, myself included, some inspiration for this upcoming week. And I also found a poem about a cat. I will read the poem that I found that really gave me a little bit of joy today. So I hope that you enjoy this kind of medley of a video. And if you do like this format a little bit better than what I usually do, make sure to comment down below and let me know, and subscribe while you're editing, like the video. So let's start with, for me, this upcoming week. So I'll just talk about work life and personal life. This upcoming week in my work life, I think it's pretty quiet. Like I mentioned in my last video, if you haven't seen it, I'll link it up here somewhere. But right now I'm only working one job, and that is a really, really big relief for me. I am soaking up all of this extra time and just feeling a little bit better. I am just really enjoying having one job right now, and my full-time job is going to be a normal level of busy this week, so I'm thankful for that. On the personal end, not personal, but the other end, in my personal life, I should say, I am going to have an MRI. I am not nervous. I've had a couple of other MRIs, but I have been a little bit, more than a little bit, frustrated with the cost of the MRI. It's costing me about $2,000, even though I have insurance. And so that has been a worry, a burden. So those are the things that will happen, that I think. We never know, right? But those are the things that I am going to kind of be dealing with this week. I don't think there's anything else on my calendar, so it doesn't seem like it'll be a stressful week. We obviously never know, but I am hoping for the best. So if you see this in real time, or if you're watching this a year in the future, when I have 200,000 subscribers or something, regardless of when you're watching this, I would love for you to comment down below and just check in, see if there are other people going through the same things as you in the comments, or just feel free to kind of share what's going on with you. I would love to know. So with that being said, I am going to pull a card for us to give us, meaning me, you, whoever you decide to share this video with, just to give us all a little bit of encouragement for the upcoming week. And maybe, I just kind of had the thought to pull 3. I don't know where that came from. When I started recording, I thought I was going to pull 1, but actually let's pull 3. So I have here this, let's see, How to Love Yourself cards, and it's a deck of 64 affirmations. I can't remember if I've used these on another video, but I'm going to use them today. And like I have mentioned though in another video, I am not a tarot card reader or an astrologer, but I really love these little affirmation cards, or the oracle cards, things like that, things that you can kind of interpret without any training. So let's pull one of 3. Let's pull 3 of these. All right, so I guess we just start here. So the first message for this upcoming week I have for you is, I release all feelings of negativity and guilt. This is a lovely message for anyone, really. And I have to zoom in so you can see it. This is a lovely thing to work on no matter what kind of week you have coming up. And on the back, it says, we create habits and problems to fulfill a need. When I can find a positive way to fulfill the need, I can release the problem. That is really beautiful. So whatever problem you may run into this week, I hope that you don't run into any problems. But if you run into anything this week that gives you a little bit of trouble, think about how you can release it and work through it. It doesn't mean that they go away, but in your consciousness, just think about how you can be mindful of your mental health and release as much worry as you can. Okay, the second card is I accept all of myself. This is so beautiful. This is something that I've been working on for a couple of years, and I hope that you're working on it too. I feel like this is a lifelong task. So it says, the work I do on myself is not a goal. It is a process, a lifetime process. I choose to enjoy the process. This is lovely. I wish that I had read and been able to receive the message of this card a couple of years ago when I first started therapy, because through the work of going to therapy, I've learned that I was not accepting myself as much as I should and could, and so hopefully this message finds you at the right time where you are able to acknowledge that the work that you're doing right now on yourself is not a race, it's not a goal. When I first started therapy, I thought like, oh, I'll be done and fixed in like a year or something. But obviously that's not how it works. So, and I have been able to get to the point where I am accepting myself more. So that's a really beautiful message. Let's pull one more. Okay. Lots of messages about forgiveness today. I affirm that I am totally willing to freely forgive everyone. And I read somewhere once that forgiveness is not for the person who wronged you. It's really for you. It's really for your mental health. It's for your heart health, your soul health, your soul's journey, all this good stuff. It's not like excusing another person's bad behavior. And it took me a while to really accept that as really what forgiveness is. So I hope that message helps you. I release from within me all bitterness and resentment. I let go of old hurts and forgive everyone, including myself. Over time, I have had to learn that I need to practice more on forgiving myself more so than other people who have wronged me, because it is very difficult for me to forgive myself. So I hope that those 3 cards gave you a little bit of encouragement, and I hope that you can practice some self-forgiveness. I think that if I had to kind of pick a central message from those 3 cards, I would say this week practice some self-forgiveness, whatever that might mean to you. If you want to share what that means to you, just comment below and I look forward to hearing from you. So before I go, I'm going to read you this poem that I found in this book of poetry that I have by Nikki Giovanni. All right, so here is the collected poetry of Nikki Giovanni, and these are the years that these poems in this volume are written. They're written the 30 years between 1968 and 1998. She writes lots of very to me, like inspirational, relatable. She writes a lot of relatable poetry. And so I was flipping through this book. I'm currently going through my book collection and choosing some to either donate or sell, but just to release, basically, in some form. And I came across this book. I'm going to keep this one, but I was looking through it, as one does whenever you're clearing out stuff. You have to go through and look through stuff and get sidetracked. I think that's part of the fun. And I found this poem in this book, and it's called A Poem for Carol, and I'm going to read it to you. I hope that this is not copyright infringement. I did not write this. Literally showing you who wrote this. There she is, Miss Nikki Giovanni. So here is A Poem for Carol by Nikki Giovanni. So the whole title is A Poem for Carol, May She Always Wear Red Ribbons. I hope you can see that up there at the top. Here it goes. When I was very little, though it's still true today, there were no sidewalks in Lincoln Heights, and the home we had on Jackson Street was right next to a bus stop and a sewer, which didn't really ever become offensive. But one day from the sewer, a little kitten with one eye gone came crawling out. Though she never really came into our yard, but just sort of hung by to watch the folk, my sister, who was always soft-hearted but able to act effectively, started taking milk out to her while our father would only say, "Don't bring him home." And every day after school, I would rush home to see if she was still there and if Gary had fed her, but I could never bring myself to go near her. She was so loving and so hurt and so singularly beautiful, and I knew I had nothing to give that would replace her one gone eye. And if I had named her, which I didn't, I'm sure I would have called her Carol. It's so sweet. It's so sweet. Oh, it's so sweet. I love that. That just made me happy to read today. I love cats and I have a cat, so that's probably why. So here at the end, if you want to sit with me for a few moments to do a gentle breathing exercise that my therapist taught me, let's end the video by doing that. So if you are able to, when you are watching this, go ahead and take a nice seated position. I am sitting in a chair, as you can see. But if you would like to get more comfortable sitting on the floor or even lying down or whatever is comfortable for you, take a moment to get comfortable, whatever that looks like. And then we're going to take some deep breaths together. And I would like you to take your dominant hand, whether it's left or right, for me it's the right hand, and place it on your heart. So if you can do this, if it's your left hand, I'm going to do my right hand. And let's just take some deep breaths together. And I'm going to give you some affirmations. I'm just going to speak from the heart. But let's start with the breaths. So take one deep breath in through your nose and you're going to release through your mouth. That feels good, right? That's nice. Let's do another one. Let's do 3 total. Let all of the breath out. Let's do the last one together. The affirmation that immediately comes to mind is, whatever happens this week, I can handle it. You can handle it. Whatever happens to you this week, you can handle it. You can. I have faith in you. And I want you to take my faith that I have in you and give it to yourself. Here. Do you see it? Do you see it? I'm going to hand it to you. Oh, I see you receiving it. Now you have some faith in yourself. You can handle whatever happens to you this week. So I hope that you enjoyed this kind of medley of a Mental Health Monday video. If you did, like I mentioned, please like, share, and subscribe. And comment down below and tell me what you thought, what's going on with you this week. And I hope that you have a wonderful week no matter what happens. Until next time, namaste.